Comic Creators Block Party.
Yes.
I'm here with aspiring writer Hannah Rose May. And tell me your name again.
I'm Sammy the Monster.
Heck yeah, and we came here to talk to you about comic books.
Comic books.
Any questions?
So can you first, what is a comic book? Books with pictures. Anyway, we are here with Utkarsh Ambudkar and Hannah Rose May. You guys may recognize them from the show Ghosts, which is a lot of fun. You're an actor and musician, been in multiple projects, including Free Guy.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. And Hannah Rose May, you're an actor, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and you do a bunch of really cool horror titles, including Smile, which was announced. It's spinning off from the movies by the same name. Exorcism at 1600 Penn, and now both of you guys are doing The Guy in the Chair.
Yes.
Woo! Everybody's cheering at home. You just can't hear them right now. They're clapping. Can you hear the applause?
Yeah.
Through the camera.
Come on, guys.
Can you tell us a little bit about this project? What is it about? How did you guys come together to create this?
Well, I can talk about how we came together. We were at Comic-Con. I was there for Ghosts. Hannah was there to promote her book, Rogues Gallery, which you guys all have to read.
I love that one.
We saw each other from across the room, and then I turned around and I turned back, and Hannah was literally standing right in front of me, and she goes, "I'm going to see you on set on Monday." And so then we both met in Montreal, and we started talking about comic books. And I had to prove to her that I actually was someone who read comic books. And then from there, Guy in the Chair sort of built, and we worked. Hannah had a sort of a seed of a story, and we kind of grew it from there. And it's about
The Guy in the Chair. Utkarsh and I, we did Ghosts together, and we obviously met at Comic-Con. It felt
Right before your first day on set?
I had just booked the job that morning.
What? Wow!
Yeah, it was crazy. I had booked the job that morning. I was interviewing in one of the rooms. I think it was CBR. We love CBR.
Yes.
Was talking about Rogues Gallery, and I stepped right out, and the whole of the Ghost cast was there, and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting on a plane. I have to leave. I literally had to leave Comic-Con to fly to
At San
Montreal.
Diego?
Yes.
Oh.
To fly to Montreal a couple of days early to get fitted, to get the costume,
Cool.
to be ready to shoot with them in a week. And I was like, I'm joining, I'm playing Molly the Maid, and I'll see you guys. And Utkarsh was like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, I had no idea there was a maid. So that's what we were doing. But then, building the book with Dark Horse has been such a great experience. And it's basically about this, it's about Ubby and Merlin. Here, you tell her. You're so much better at that than I am.
No,
Please.
you're definitely the best.
Tell her the story.
We wanted to talk and focus on love stories that are people who meet people online, which we're in the common age of digital love stories. Every wedding I've been going to recently is someone who's met someone off of Tinder,
really?
Hinge, online, video games. So this is kind of one of those situations, two people who are in love but they've never met, and
Right.
they're never supposed to meet.
Yeah.
It's against the rules of their company for them to ever interact. We have a bit of a spy-fi rom-com based around that.
Spy-fi!
Yeah.
Oh, I like that word.
Action, romance, comedy. We're trying to hit all of our favorite genres in one.
We
I think
are.
we did pretty well.
Yeah.
I agree. I love the first issue. When is the second issue drop for that one?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, whatever the Wednesday is before, like the 16 or the 18, one of those.
Yeah.
One of those.
Very soon. And then
Yes.
the trade drops soon after that, and we're
Yes.
really excited to share it with as many possible people as we can.
Yeah.
We know there's trade waiters. I see you. We don't judge. You can pre-order the book, I think, this month, the pre-order for the
FOC,
trade.
final order
Yeah.
cutoff. Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys, do the right thing.
Order The Guy in the Chair.
So-
it's also Utkarsh's first.
Yeah, this is your your debut.
Utkarsh wrote a story for Marvel, but this is his first original in
Ooh,
the
yeah.
space. So, yeah.
And I mean, the best hands. I'm sure you guys have read Hannah's other titles, but to be working with her is, I'm very lucky.
No, I'm very lucky. Obviously, Utkarsh is a comedic genius. He's literally a comedian. So this has been very fun for me, getting to work with someone who can understand character and comedy and bring them together. And so it's been really fun. I get to show him the ropes of panels, and he gets to make me laugh. So it's a good balance.
Are there more comics we could expect from you in the future?
Well, yeah, the short answer is yes, and that's all we can say.
Oh, perfect. So you guys act and music, comedy. How do all of these different arts influence and kind of elevate what it's like writing for comic books?
Oh, great question.
Well, I mean, look, the music is pace and rhythm. I think obviously the comedic background really helps in the comic book medium, which has been mostly about mythology and superhero storytelling. It can be dramatic, but I think comedy is a really hard thing to hit well in print.
Oh yeah.
And so to be able to have the chance to do that is pretty special, and to do it in a visual medium like comic books is really special. But it's almost like a 22-minute episode of television, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Ghost is a comedy. Comic books are the same, and Hannah has taught me how to consolidate, edit, make sure you get the most bang out of your panels, and less is more, all that good stuff. I just want like sword fights and gunfights in every panel, and then she reminds me it's not for everyone. You know what I mean?
I feel like everyone who starts writing a comic book, you learn fast that there's only so many actions you can put in one panel, which is usually one. So
Okay.
it's that's the fun part. But no, in the middle while we were writing The Guy in the Chair, Utkarsh's movie World Best on Disney Plus came out, and it's so heartwarming and so funny. His comedic timing is just brilliant, and when I was watching that, I was just honored that this guy is doing a book with me. So yeah, no, it's really awesome to work with your friends.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any upcoming projects, film, media, print, that are coming up that you guys can talk about, or any announcements that we should keep an eye out for?
I'll talk on the comic front. Smile for IDW was just announced, which I'm very, very excited about, and also the sequel to The Exorcism at Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, the sequel to The Exorcism at 1600 Penn is called The Exorcism at Buckingham Palace. So
Nice.
our demon is going overseas. He's jumped ship, so I'm very excited about that.
Ghost Season 5 is airing right now on CBS and Paramount Plus, and which is probably what my corporate overlords want me to push, and so that's what I will do. Watch Ghost if you can. It's your mom's favorite show.
And The Guy in the Chair is obviously the first issue's out, the second issue is out in 2 weeks, and our pre-order for our trade just started. So yeah, if you are a trade waiter, please order a trade.
Amazing. This has been the Comics Creator Couch Party. We're going to be live streaming all day, but this is it for now. And we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Nathan Fillion and Heath Corson today at the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics. You guys have a new series going on soon, Witness Point.
We do.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. That's true.
That is
No,
true.
yes, yes. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first I want to finish the introductions.
Oh, sure.
You may recognize Nathan Fillion from countless movies and television shows like
That's him.
The Rookie, Guardians of the Galaxy, Firefly. You are now in the new Green Lantern movie as Guy Gardner, which is exciting. And you voiced
Yes.
multiple Green
Some
Lanterns.
people call it Superman. I call it Green Lantern movie.
You're right. I agree.
that's right.
I have an online petition going on right now where I'm asking them to change the title, so I got you.
Gotcha.
And Heath, you write for television and comic books. You do The Brood for Minor Threats, Dark
I
Horse
did,
Comics,
yes.
Patton Oswalt.
Yes.
You've done countless animated DC movies.
Thank you. Some of which Nathan's even voiced Green Lantern in.
Is that how you guys met and
That is
started
how
this
we met.
collaboration?
I mean, yeah.
That was our very first connection. Yeah.
That's right.
cool.
That's right. And then I met you at Thrilling Adventure a couple times. When
Through
you
Ben-
do that,
through Ben, who's
through
also here
Ben
today.
Blacker, who's also here today.
Ooh, exciting.
Nathan took a picture. This is before we knew each other. Took a picture with my mom,
Really?
and I won Mother's Day because of it.
Really?
I
Aw.
am really big with moms.
My mom's over there. So
Can confirm. Can confirm.
so Witness Point, what can you tell us about the series? I know it's pretty early still.
Okay, here's what we can tell you about Witness Point. Witness Point takes place in a small Midwestern town where they accidentally realize it has been a dumping ground for the witness protection program for over 40 years. And craziness ensues. Anything to add?
Yes, typically you want to spread your witnesses about.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now they're all in one spot, and now you don't know who your neighbor is, you don't know who your husband is, you don't know who anyone is.
It's a big problem.
It is bad.
And there's a dead body. And now we have all the suspects in the world.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Mystery.
Who's the creative team on the project?
It is me and Nathan.
Correct.
And this is an exclusive. We are announcing our artist is the superstar Sue Lee.
Oh my gosh, I love Sue Lee.
Right?
That is awesome.
Guys, that's a legit reaction. She did not
Yes,
know this
yes.
beforehand.
Oh
And
my gosh.
we are giving out today and signing an exclusive postcard with Sue's art.
Oh my gosh.
Giving those away?
No, I told you. We talked about
Those are
this.
really expensive.
We talked about this.
So I have questions for you guys regarding your time working in television movies as an actor, as a writer. What are the differences when portraying those characters, writing these characters for the screen versus bringing these characters to life through writing and comics?
Well, this is a first for me.
Yeah?
Yes, so you're my host, you're my guide.
I love it. I'm
my
your
spirit guide.
Yes, I'm your Dante. I'm
My
your
s-
Virgil
my s-
taking you
my
through.
spirit animal.
I
is
am his
Heath.
spirit animal. Guys, you heard it here first. Another exclusive. Heath Corson, spirit animal.
Yeah.
That would be a good comic.
There's far less costumes and makeup and wardrobe things that you have to worry about with comic books.
No. You don't have to worry about any of that.
None of that.
That's the good. You don't even have to put on pants to
You
write
can come
comic
to work-
books.
but people get upset. But you come to work without pants. But that's all right. It is upsetting.
It is upsetting. It's great. Comic books are amazing. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about any of that stuff. You just get to go crazy and flights of fancy. It's
Yeah.
so much fun. It is the winter home of the circus.
Ooh.
So there is a whole circus aspect
Oh,
to
I like
it,
that.
which I think is something that we both really got drawn to.
Clowns. First
Clowns.
Of all, freak me out.
Yeah.
Trained animals.
Yep.
I don't know. Which can you trust? The bears? The elephants?
no.
The tigers?
No. You know, they say never tamed, only trained.
That's Siegfried and Roy should have heard that little saying.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
Too soon?
No,
Too soon?
no, I think we're right in the right in the pocket on
I
it.
have a giant white cat. It's kind of like living with a white tiger.
You have a giant white
I have a
cat?
giant 25 pounds. Sometimes I'm Siegfried.
Oh wow.
Sometimes you're
I'm
Roy.
That is true.
This is amazing. I want to meet this cat.
Now you know.
What's your cat's name?
really
You don't?
It doesn't matter. He's deaf. He won't hear you.
Oh.
Oh.
So you guys ended up meeting through animation. How did you guys end up coming together? What was the conversation like? What was the pitch like? How did the idea come to be?
Well,
Yeah, how do we convince you?
it was not that way. I brought this idea to Josh at your development team and was like, "Do you guys want to do something like this?" The amazing Josh Levy. And he was like, "I don't know, let me run it up the flagpole." And to my complete surprise, you agreed.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
It's a great idea.
It's fun.
I'm really looking forward to this kind of dark and spooky, suspicious mood that we're going to create.
Yeah.
Sue Lee, she's very talented lady. I don't have to tell you guys how talented she is. So
Tell them.
We're
Tell them.
confident and we're very excited it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So when I have a question for you, Nathan.
Go.
Yeah.
You are involved in so many different comic projects, from voice acting to live action, and now writing. What is it like creating all these great characters and bringing them to life?
Ooh, that's good.
You know, creating something is it's daunting, it's extremely exciting, and it's super rewarding. And I feel like at this point in my life, I'm kind of trying to diversify a little bit. This is my first foray into comic books.
How does it feel?
I'm going to tell you, so far, it's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting. Watching something come together, and watching the right people come together, and seeing just the kind of talent that's out there, and it's really exciting. And this is all very new for me. I mean, I'm 54 years old. Getting firsts and new things in my life is it's harder and harder as I go on.
Yeah.
But this is a very first
Well,
for me, and it's
also,
exciting.
it's not, you're familiar with comics. You're good at it. You
Listen,
seem good at
I
storytelling.
had a comic book rack in my bedroom growing up.
Come on.
Yeah, Fun
Like
for
a
all
Hey
ages.
Kids? Yep.
Yeah, Hey Kids, Fun for all ages. Yeah, I had one of those that squeaked as it turned, and I had all my X-Men's and Spider-Mans in alphabetical order and in numbered order. I had them in plastic bags with cardboard backing. I think my mom threw them out,
Yep.
but I was that was my thing. That was my escape. That was my. I still love all things animated. I still
Yeah.
really enjoy comic books. I can't believe how far comic books have come. They were pretty crappy when I was young.
Yeah.
They have all the creative license in the world. You can draw anything, and I found that they would describe what they were doing more than anything. They would describe things that were happening.
Right.
And now, stories are so much better. The art is so much better. The things, the way light and shadow is. I'm just thrilled. I wish I could draw. I like to doodle. I wish I could draw.
I wish I could draw. I feel so limited doing animation and writing and just being like, what does it look like? I was like, I don't know. I need somebody better than me to figure that out.
I hear that.
But when the art comes back, it's the coolest thing in the world. Where you're like, I thought of that, and now there's art.
I greatly admire anyone who can do something I cannot do, and clearly that is Suli.
As Sue Lee. In
love
spades.
Sue Lee.
In spades.
Carmilla, fantastic.
Amazing.
Oh, man. I got an interview her at New York Comic Con. It was awesome. Huge fan.
She's such a spectacular human being, too. That's the thing.
100%.
She's just a great person.
I completely agree. Now, you've written for the big two, DC, Marvel,
Yep.
both in comics and, animation.
Yep.
What are some of the differences and things you love about writing for established IPs versus your own universes?
Established IP is incredible because you can't believe they're letting you play with the big toys. And that's just the most amazing thing. Like, if you were to tell 10-year-old me that I'm going to get to write, like, something for Batman, I would be like,
Yeah.
what? No way. On the flip side, there's some things you can't necessarily do with established IP. You can't.
Right.
There's areas they don't want you to push that character into. With your own original stuff, you could break them. You could do whatever you want. You can. And I got to do that with The Brood, where I got to just drag my characters
Yeah.
all through hell, and no one could tell me I couldn't. So that's actually really different, and that's really cool.
I love it. Fun question for both you guys. If your new comic could be on a playlist with other books, comics, shows, movies, what would be on that playlist?
Oh, this is a good question.
This is tough for me because I'm not as versed in comics as I used to be.
Could be movies
what
and
about
shows.
TVs, movies? I would say it's got a lot of the Coen brothers,
Oh,
Fargo. It's got a
yeah.
little bit of Big Lebowski.
Yes.
It's got some Justified in
It's
the DNA.
quirky, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fargo's a great one.
That's a great one, and it's really offbeat. That's the one thing that we always say is like, what's our version of these characters in this genre, right?
Yeah.
Because it's sort of a small town story, but it's not your normal small town.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Silo. There's
Silo's
a small
good.
town story that's not a.
That's
it's got its own
right.
kind of a culture.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
Murder mystery in there.
Murder mystery in there.
We're going to wrap up in just a moment, but when does the first issue come out? Is there a date announced yet?
We have not announced the date. I can tell you, watch this summer.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
And any last words for the people watching at home?
Witness Point.
Witness
Do you
point.
say watch this comic? What do you say?
Yes,
How do you,
watch this
Watch this
comic.
comic.
Watch this comic. Buy this comic.
Read it.
probably. Read this comic.
But also look at the pictures.
Look at pictures with books. We love to see it. But thank you guys for watching. This has been the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics, and we'll see you guys later.
we're doing it. Welcome, everybody. We're here at Revenge. Give yourselves a round of applause for showing up.
And we're back.
Are you all having a great time today? It's about to get better because please welcome our comics and television panel. I'm going to have you folks introduce yourselves on the microphone so everyone knows who you are, what you look like, and tell us, give us your nerd cred. Tell us
Sure.
what you're doing here, what character or characters you are associated with, and then we'll get into some questions. Let's start with this man to my left, Nathan Fillion.
Hi, I'm Nathan Fillion.
All right.
I'm probably a pretty big deal to your mom. I'm here in my first foray into the comic industry with a little something we call Witness Point. Sorry, I fart when I'm nervous.
I'm Heath Corson. I'm a Scorpio. I like soup. I've written for Minor Threats. I've written for DC Animation and Animal Kingdom, which is a misnomer because there's no animals and there's no kingdom. It was a crime show.
I think everyone here knows who I am. My name is Patton Oswalt. I'm married to the hot chick from Dream a Little Dream. And my nerd cred, 35 minutes ago, I met Nathan Fillion, and it was clear he thought I was really cool, and I'm hoping he's going to get a little follow back on Instagram. We'll see what happens.
Hey y'all, I'm Gabriel Luna. I worked with this guy on a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where I played Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. I was a Terminator movie. And I played Tommy Miller on The Last of Us. I also live very close. I could have walked here. And you can find me lurking the hallways in this compound on any given day of the week. So it's good to see y'all.
And we'll all walk over to Gabriel's house afterwards. Zeb.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zeb Wells, celebrated writer of Amazing Spider-Man, Robot Chicken, and one of 5 credited writers on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hi, Patrick Schumacher, co-creator of the Harley Quinn animated series. That's probably where nerd I come from. This is not as nerdy, I guess. I'm currently one of the co-showrunners of Abbott Elementary, based on the comic book Abbott Elementary.
Hook 'em.
I'm Josie Campbell. I'm a comic book and TV writer and producer. My nerd cred was I wrote and produced My Adventures with Superman. I'm currently the EP for the upcoming Starfire animated series. I am a lady and I'm a scholar.
I'm Jordan Bloom. I did MODOK with this gentleman here. We do Minor Threats together in the comic world. And I'm currently one of the co-showrunners on Get Jiro, which is based on a Vertigo comic.
We are just about out of time, but I want to thank you. I want to talk about characters. I want to talk about beloved characters that you not invent, but that you get to play or write or play with. And Josie, I want to start with you. Let's talk about Starfire.
All right, let's do it.
Tell me about this new show and also finding your way into telling this character's story, what you responded to about the character initially, and then translating it to the screen.
The good thing about being a big old nerd is that, I've been watching Teen Titans since I was in middle school and high school, which upsets my co-producer who worked on the original Teen Titans. So, I'm like, Brian, I remember watching this, and then I went to, babysit, and then Brian's like, please stop telling me this. This is an upsetting bit of information. But because, I've been such a fan this whole time, when the opportunity came up to do this, I was so excited because, for me, Starfire in anime space is different than the Starfire in the comic books, but I think the thing that she holds together is that she's really passionate. She infuses every emotion to the utmost, and she's a bit of a warrior. And so that was the core of her. So I'm like, the trappings will be different, she's in a different space. She's in an Elseworlds show. It doesn't quite connect up to the continuity of any other Teen Titans property, but the basis of who she is still the same, and she's such a bundle of joy that it became very easy to just instantly hear her voice in my head.
And where are you all with the show? Can you talk about that?
So we are currently writing and boarding and producing now. So hopefully we'll be able to announce it sooner rather than later. That's my boss's job.
Fair enough. Nathan Fillion.
I am he.
Now, in addition to being an acclaimed comic book writer, soon to be acclaimed comic book writer,
Okay.
And acclaimed podcaster.
Yes,
you wanna
just
plug
as
that
of
real
yesterday,
quick?
yes.
You've gotten to play some superheroes yourself.
It's true.
Let's talk about Guy Gardner.
Okay.
What was your relationship with this character before you played him? And tell me about like stepping into those boots and that haircut.
I didn't have a relationship with him. I was the other one for a long time. I was voicing other Green Lanterns.
Hal Jordan.
Thank you.
Yep.
I told you. When I get nervous.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'm here.
So wow, did you like have to do a deep dive? Was it conversations with Gunn? What did it look like to get into Guy?
So I was a comic book collector when I was a kid, and my dad would take us to the Wee Book Inn on White Avenue in Edmonton, Alberta, and he would buy us a ton of secondhand comics. So I wasn't the kid who got to go like, I want the next episode of next issue of whatever comic title I'm collecting. I had a smorgasbord across the whole spectrum. Ragman. Does anybody know Ragman?
Love
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy I thought was pretty cool, but
Yeah.
nobody else knew what I was talking about when I liked him. But so that's where I first got a hold of. What am I listening to?
I don't know.
It's a fight.
Yeah.
He's on my team.
Yeah.
But Guy Gardner was he was out there. I knew about him. I thought, boy, this guy's a real jerk. Who would ever want to play him in a movie? Turns out it was me.
And to steal the movie from a bunch of seed stealers.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can't.
The
can't
wig
comment
did a
on
lot of that work for me. I'm not gonna lie. But they were gonna go with a very different haircut, and I'll tell you this: I fought for the bowl cut.
that. Really?
Yes. The original thing they had going was kind of like a British rocker. It kind of looked like He-Man, to be honest. Masters of the Universe, He-Man. And I said, we're going to hear about this if we don't go with a bowl cut.
Smart.
And I'm really happy that things went that
The
bowl cut
classic
way.
haircut.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
super fun.
Yeah.
Zeb, let's talk about comic books.
Please.
Tell me about something that you, a character that you loved and got to adapt.
Ooh, well, I was a big Elektra fan from Daredevil, and I think Frank Miller said, she was dead and no one should ever touch her again. So when I got offered the chance to do that book, it was very hard for me because I wanted to respect Frank, but I also needed money and had nothing. So
What was it about that character that you responded to?
there was something that she just walks around with a lot of tragedy. She doesn't say a lot, which I think I respect as someone who you can tell I'm babbling right now to make hoping everyone likes me. So it's very compelling when a character doesn't.
It's going
say,
great.
Yeah. I like a character that doesn't have to say much, and that's really fun. And then you have to write action. You just have to show action, which I think is good.
So was there, when you approached the character, like, was there stuff that you had to throw away? Was there stuff that you brought in that you feel like this was something the character was missing at the time?
Well, she'd just been dead for so long, and
Also a pulse.
I was always trying. I think a few different things had been tried, and I just wanted to see if I could capture the character that I remembered, and be and honor Frank Miller as I desecrated everything he wished for the character.
Well, it worked. I mean, look, you brought her back and we love her now.
Thank you.
Patrick, let's talk about Harley.
Let's.
Every year we talk about Harley, and I'm glad we get to do it. We meet here to talk about Harley.
Harley Con.
Next year. Tell me about your relationship with the character before launching the series, and then like how has it evolved over these, how many seasons? 5 seasons?
Yeah, 5. Hopefully more, but TBD. I know it's gonna. No. you know, I was a huge fan of Batman the Animated Series, as many of us here are, I'm sure. And around 2016, you know, the studio came to us and said, "Hey, you want to do like an R-rated, you know, serialized animated show?" We had never done animation before. Couldn't say yes fast enough. You know, at the time, the Ayer Suicide Squad was coming out, and so Harley back in the zeitgeist, and so yeah, we jumped into it immediately, but pitched it like we want to tell a breakup story for season 1, and we were pitching it to kind of classic broadcast TV execs who had been around since like Happy Days, and I was like, well, it's Mary Tyler Moore if she were a psychopath, and that is, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of like what sold it. And then they were like, hey, we have the streaming service DC Universe that we will immediately pick up 26 episodes, and we were like, well, and they're like, maybe nobody will see it, but you know, if it does well, you know, maybe somebody else will pick it up. And that's kind of what happened. But I think my, you know, my relationship with the character evolved in that I think I expanded, you know, I allowed myself to not so sort of slavish to what Bruce and Paul had done with the animated series, and that I allowed myself to I mean, this is the sort of, you know, Kaylee Cuoco voices Harley. She initially was like, I can't do the accent. I literally like can't do it. And I was like, oh, we're gonna be crucified. and so we were trying, you know, and I was wrong, and like nobody cared, and she made it her own. And you know, I think one of the inspirations for the series as well was Grant Morrison's got this book Super Gods, and he was talking about, you know, just how you know, Gotham City does not have to be dreary, you know, gothic, black and white, you know, whatever you want to call it, chiaroscuro Gotham City. And that became part of the pitch. I'm like, oh, of course, like she's the lead. You have this like fucking amazing supervillain who thinks that Gotham City is a playground. It's gonna be like Technicolor. It's gonna be neon. It's gonna be just fun. And so like, yeah, just the show and the process liberated my myopic views of what the character.
And I love that there's you hit on this thing that sort of unlocks it for you, which is this is what her world can be. It doesn't have to be the Gotham we've seen before. And I feel like we've all sort of had that in adapting stuff. Gabriel, I want to talk about Ghost Rider. What was your familiarity with the character? Like, what did you have to learn about the character? And then how did you find your way in? Was there something like Patrick's talking about that clicked for you that made it work?
Well, when we did that show, I guess it was 2015 when it started, Robbie Reyes had only been in existence for like a year and a half. He was created by Felipe Smith. Marvel asked him to do something new to do the character. He wanted to do something new, and he basically tried to do everything that would just piss people off. You know, I'm gonna put him in the cool car from the Fast and the Furious. He's gonna be this Mexican American kid from East LA. He's gonna be possessed by the satanic, his serial killer uncle. You know, he just tried to do, and then everyone just kind of loved it. Trad Moore drew it, and it was just beautiful. And so it wasn't really a lot to go on. I had been approached by Marvel a few times. They said there's this guest role on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that they would like you to play, and I kept turning it down because Marvel was really getting going, and I was like, well, I don't want to do a guest role and just be off the table for everything else. And then Comic-Con was coming up. I was in Marfa, Texas. We were doing a film festival for a picture I did called Transpecos, which was directed by Greg Cuidar, written by Clint Bentley, who has Train Dreams out right now. You should see it. It's a beautiful film. So I'm sitting there in Marfa. My agents call. They're like, hey, that part you kept turning down, you should really kind of look at this. Because people had pieced it together. At Comic-Con, they were wrapping buses with flaming chains. They were like, oh, this is a Ghost Rider thing. So I was like, Ghost Rider? Okay. I mean, I did a show called Harley and the Davidsons. So I was like, well, maybe they saw that. But then I looked into it like, no, man, look it up. So I look it up. His name's Robbie Reyes. He is an orphan. He's taking care of his brother. I have a younger brother. His brother's name is Gabriel. There's all of these kind of, my mother was a 15-year-old widow when she had me. So I had this, even though I'm not an orphan, my mother's much more like a sibling when I was growing up, and even now she's more kind of like my responsibility. It's just all of these things about this character just completely aligned. And I'm sitting there in Marfa, Texas. I could see like tumbleweeds go down the road, taking my my FaceTime call with Jeff Loeb and Jed Whedon, and we're just we're all talking around it like they don't know what character that I know what the character is, and that I don't know that they know that I know what the character is, and then yeah, I flew back to LA the next day. You know this more than anyone what a beautiful family that is. Like Benny was a baby at the time, like their child. She was like 3, and she was at my screen test with Sarah Finn, and we just all talked about it. And then that was on a Friday when I did the Zoom. Comic-Con was the next week. I was on set within 6 or 7 days, shooting a scene where I squish a Nazi with my car, and Clark and Chloe and everybody were in San Diego, revealing that the Ghost Rider was the character, and I was there my first day at work. I missed Comic-Con. I got to make up for it later.
Sure.
But,
It was just the perfect match of the actor to the role. So,
oh man,
congrats.
thank you.
Heath Corson.
Yes, present.
Folks may not know this. But tell them about some of the DC animated movies that you have written. And
I did a full run of DC movies. The first one was I got called to do an adaptation of the Jeff Johns reboot of the Justice League, which was an animated movie called Justice League War. And then immediately after I finished that, they gave me Batman Assault on Arkham, which was set in the video game Arkhamverse, and I did that. And then right after that, I did the sequel to Justice League War, which was The Throne of Atlantis. And I
have a question.
Yes, please.
Was Nathan ever Hal Jordan?
Yes, he was. Nathan was Hal Jordan in Throne of Atlantis, and he actually replaced Justin Kirk, who was the Green Lantern in Justice League War.
I was first choice for second choice.
That's right.
Important to know. Was there a character? Let's talk about Arkham for a second.
Okay.
Because I know it's a beloved film.
Yes.
Was there a character?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
this
really,
guy.
It's really good.
I see you.
Was there a character in there that you couldn't wait to get your hands on?
Oh, Deadshot. I was dying to play with. I could not wait.
What is it about them?
I was a big fan of the Ostrander Suicide Squad. So I was like, they came to me and they said, we want to do a Batman movie and maybe we'll have the Suicide Squad in it. And my counter was, let's do a Suicide Squad movie and maybe Batman. Because the whole idea is with the Arkham game, you're Batman. I'm not going to beat that experience. You're playing Batman. So I said, why don't we have the player play Batman? They swing down, they beat the hell out of a bunch of bad guys, then they swing off, and then the camera pans back down to the people that he beat up, and we follow them. And then there is a Batman story that the player is probably playing, but it intersects with our leads down the road. And I felt like that was a nice way to honor the video game while still giving you a completely new experience. So I really wanted Deadshot and Captain Boomerang. Because if you think about it, it's two guys who kind of do the same thing, only do it completely different. And I thought that's such a fun competition to put these two guys in the thing. And so they're always like, I can one-up you. I'm going to do this. Well, I can get 2 guys. Well, I can get 3 guys. And then I was like, oh, this is a really fun escalation over and over and over again.
And it works. Folks should check it out. Patton and Jordan.
Yes.
Who says I gotta make a MODOK show?
2 big Jack Kirby fans.
Yes. That
So-
was really the thing
Yeah,
that
tell us
linked
about it.
us. We did a Fox. We were developing a show for Fox called Working Class Hero, and
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Let me take a knee. And one of us said Kirby dots, and the other one knew exactly what that meant, and that was we're off.
It was our love language.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, and so then and it's weird how the kind of flow of our career. We started off trying to create this new universe, and that led us to getting to work with IP, which was MODOK, and then we wrote IP for Marvel Comics, and then I had another Minor Threat started as my idea, for a Batman story, and then Jordan said, "Why don't we just create our own supervillains and just build a whole universe out?" Rather, because we had really a lot of fun doing MODOK, but writing comics is hard. It's a lot of work, and you're like, I'm working with someone else's creation. I don't get to control it. What if this, launches? I have no stake in it anymore. So that led us back to there.
So
There's a big Kirby exhibit at the Skirball.
There's right now Kirby.
It's
and it's
amazing.
gorgeous. By the way, I really just overall I love how all the writers on this panel, not the two actors, they're just here to be pretty, but the you notice, I know there's a lot of fans that are like, oh my God, they're just totally throwing away this. It's clear the writers here are very, very versed in all of the minutia, all of the side, like they know all that and they're excited by it. They want to incorporate that in. A lot of times, unfortunately, it's the studio or the people running it that are like, well, just do this. But there is, I don't think you could succeed as a writer in superhero television or films if you are not steeped in this world and if you aren't excited about it. And I think the first round of stuff, especially if you look at a lot of the early TV versions and stuff, they were just like, oh, it's just funny books for kids, whatever, and they didn't understand the lore and didn't get why people are hooked at it. Now, at least it's in the hands of people that are excited to be doing it and really, really think about these characters.
we all started as fans, and getting to play with the toys.
Well,
Exciting.
Jordan has like the the encyclopedic knowledge in that guy's head as we're doing stuff. When we were doing MODOK,
It's why my wife fell in love with me. She finds it very sexy and appealing.
It's what's kept Meredith with me is tell me all about Stiltman and his run and please, oh my God, honey. But you would bring up obscure characters that we wanted to put in a MODOK, and even Marvel was like, is that one of ours? And they're like, no, that is. And then I think they got a little panicked because there were a couple of super obscure ones they didn't let us use.
Turner D Century.
They didn't let us, but then they let us use Mr. Sinister and Iron Man. Like what? Anyway, sometimes the writers on these things are way more enthusiastic than you think, and if you knew all of the battles that were lost trying to get things on screen that then weren't done, it's heartbreaking.
Well, we read and follow all of this because Nathan, correct me if I'm wrong. You were a Wonder Man in a poster in Guardians of the Galaxy, but it wasn't in the movie. So when we got to do MODOK, we're like, there's only one person who can play Wonder Man.
And he played Wonder Man. We cast him as Wonder Man because we're the nerds going, but we want to see the Wonder Man movie. So half of the stuff that makes it onto screen is the result of a nerd tantrum. Sure. I just want to see this. And we just put that in there.
Really true.
And you were a fantastic snotty Wonder Man. You were fantastic. So.
Yeah.
Sorry. First choice every time. Nathan, you've played a bunch of comic book characters in a bunch of movies where you get like variously killed off and beaten up before Guy Gardner, right?
Yes.
Like, what was Suicide Squad? Who did you play in that?
I was TDK, which we all know stands for The Dark Knight. What? What? Yes, the detachable kid.
And then there was some Guardians of the Galaxy nonsense also.
Yes, I was a security guard in Guardians of the Galaxy. I was also the blue alien in the first Guardians of the Galaxy who threatened to prison rape Chris Pratt.
Hilariously so.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and I genuinely am curious, then we'll get to the rest of you. Is the vibe on these James Gunn sets, because we know that he is one of us. He is a comic book nerd.
Yeah.
Like, he loves this stuff like we all love this stuff. Is it like a comic convention like this?
Is it like a comic convention?
Is it a convivial back and forth about who could beat up who?
If you were to sit down with James, yes, that would be the conversation. But he's also like surrounded by professional other facets of movie making.
It's still a job.
It's still they're making a movie. So, yeah, but they have a comic book nerd in charge of it.
Right.
Who is passionate about it. I remember when he called me and told me I have Guardians of the Galaxy. I said, I thought that comic sucked. He said, I never got it. I never was on board with that comic as a kid. I'm sorry. And he goes, I know, but I know just what to do with it. And he did. He knew just what to do to make me care about a comic that I never cared about.
Absolutely.
And again, when the detachable kid being in the Suicide Squad, that is a triumph for James. He was so excited to get that character on screen, and for a tiny portion of the audience, there were people like, "Oh my God, the Deadpool kid's in the movie!" Like, though, that kind of love and enthusiasm is what will translate and bring fans in every time.
Because we got that with MODOK. People were like, MODOK, the giant floating head you're going to do an entire show about.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, I love the obscure, lovable loser character, and it's fun to explore. And I think that's what's kind of exploded now, right?
Yeah,
Is
and we
the
love
Guy
the-
Gardners, the Guardians of the Galaxies, the ones that are sort of would be considered, B-list back in the day, but are fan favorites. Like, those are the ones that people relate to more. They're underdogs.
We need people in charge who don't alienate the fans, who understand. Others, they'll come. They'll come. The original fans came. These guys will come, but don't alienate the fans. And
Well,
that's
Alan Tudyk's going to be an amazing ragman. All right. We are going to wrap up.
Hey, by the way, we were able to get the Tatterdemalion into MODOK. Talk about it. The supervillain whose powers are being homeless is literally, he has homelessness powers, and we got him into the show, so we're very happy.
We're going to wrap up by asking you all to recommend some entertainments, some comics, some television, some film, anything you think that these folks would enjoy. And Zeb, we're going to start with you right here.
Ooh, well, I'm looking forward to the Grant Morrison Batman Deadpool that's coming out.
Yes.
I think next Wednesday. Yeah.
There was a really good comic that started that off.
Yeah, a lot of people say superior, but
This is the time for plugs also.
yeah. Oh yeah, and before it comes out, why not treat yourself? Part of the story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good work.
Deadpool Batman. Thank you.
Patrick, anything you want to recommend? Anything you've seen or read lately?
Sure. Yeah, I'm reading all of the new Absolute DC stuff. I'm loving it. Loving it.
Yeah.
I'll add, Absolute Wonder Woman. Mwah, incredible. And if also, like Zeb, you're looking for something new, I heard Skull Crusher, the third arc, is going to come out pretty soon for Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, Minor Threat's all right. I'm really digging. I'll get on the Absolute train of that Absolute Batman annual where he's beating up white supremacists, and a guy goes to do a Zeke Hill and he breaks his arm the wrong way before he can do it. I want to own that page. It's amazing.
Satisfying. Gabriel.
I guess I mentioned Dreams. That's a really beautiful film. You should see that. I got a show that's out now, Devil in Disguise. Terminal List comes out next year with Pratt, Star-Lord's in it. Luke Hemsworth, Thor's brother, is in it. Taylor Kitsch, Gambit, and myself. So it's a comic book movie where we all frogmen.
It is technically a comic book movie.
So that stuff.
Comics, the Dennis Camp Assorted, what is it called? Assorted Events?
Crisis.
Assorted Crisis Events is an anthology series. This guy, Dennis Camp, I'm now running back and reading everything this guy does. He's so good. And Assorted Crisis Events is such an amazing comic. And film-wise, I'm hosting a Q&A and screening of a movie that I saw in Austin earlier this year. It's called The Plague, and we gave it Best in Fantastic Fest. I was on the jury, and it feels like this is the announcement of another great horror director. Sorry, kind of like a Zach Krager or an Ari Aster. This movie, The Plague, is so incredible, and I'm screening it near the end of the month at Los Feliz 3, and I'll announce it on my Instagram. Thank you very much. But yeah, go see that. The Plague.
Can I add one more thing? There's a kid, his name Alexander Ulam. He did a film called It Ends, which I saw at South by, and it's amazing as far as horror goes. It's like Gen Z horror, weird existential thing. It Ends. It's amazing.
Track it down.
Keith.
I read Daniel Warren Johnson's The Moon is Following Us, and I was very, very moved by this book. I would very much recommend it. It's very, very good in comics. In television,
but
yes.
very tragic, like
Yes.
heartbreaking.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you love family stories, I would recommend you check out Minor Threats: The Brood, which is actually very good. Thank you very much. Very interesting. Yeah, no. And in television, I really like Sterling Harjo's The Lowdown. I don't think enough people are talking about it. Yes, it's really, really fun. It's sort of like Ethan Hawke doing Big Lebowski, and I would very much recommend it.
Nice. Nathan, what do you want to recommend?
Television, not really comic related, anti-hero, really short, nice little episodes. Mr. In Between. If you haven't seen it, very easy to digest, incredible work.
Overlooked.
Really nice. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with the Invincible animated series. If you haven't read the book, the comics are amazing. The TV show does a great job, but the comics are fantastic.
Please give a round of applause for our panel.
Thank you, Ben Blacker.
Thank you all for being here. Have a great night, everybody.
live. We're here at the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics at Revenge of here in LA. We are joined by Zeb Wells and Cody Ziegler, two amazing writers, creators. You guys are just awesome. I'm so happy to be here with
Correct.
you. First of all, how are you guys doing? How are you liking the event?
It's incredible. I was here 2 years ago. It's huge.
It's grown a
growing,
lot in
yeah,
2 years,
yeah.
absolutely. Is this
This is my second year.
Second
Thank you.
year?
You're doing great, Zeb. It's my second year. It's also how the scale up has been incredible compared
Yes.
to last year. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of great fans.
Yes. Oh man, you guys must have been. It must have been great talking to all the fans about the incredible work that you guys do.
Oh yeah, I've been buried in fans.
Well, we lucked out in that we were all placed next to Bendis, so like
Yeah.
watching him get signature after signature after signature was very humbling.
Yeah.
And he's got great banter, great fan. Also, he's quick with the signature.
That's right.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
important.
we got Bendis spillover, and it helped us. It helped us both.
So we're gonna talk a little about the work that you guys have done.
Please.
Cody, you're a writer for television and comics, and a comedian. Is that right?
Try. I will say, it's funny enough, I got into comics because I met Zeb on my first TV job.
Really?
We both wrote on She-Hulk together.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember seeing Zeb looking at art in between lunch breaks. I was like, what is that? It's like, this is comic books. It's like, how
Whoa.
can I do that? He was like, slow your horses. Let's see how your script turns in, then maybe I'll recommend you.
Yeah.
And I guess my script turned out well, and then I got into comics because of Zeb recommended me.
Well, then also we were doing a story about Daredevil, and we were debating how his sonar radar sense works. And Cody was like, "Oh, I have something right here that might help." And he reaches into his bag and pulls out a Daredevil comic book that he had in his bag. And I was like, "Oh, this guy's one of us. He should be writing comics."
Hell yeah! And you guys work together also on Robot Chicken.
That's right.
That
That's
is
right.
cool. You've done Futurama, She-Hulk, Rick and Morty, and way more. And you're writing the Miles Morales comics right now. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you, Zeb. You're doing great. This is great. I can use
It's
this.
actually really fun.
Yeah.
We like to hear it.
I've lucked out. I love them all. Miles Morales is like one of my favorite characters. Like
He's amazing.
I remember, I guess 13 years ago at this point when he first debuted, I remember going to my comic book shop, buying the comic, and like I've told Bendis this so many times, but like I've had it above every workspace I've ever had since it came out. So like when my first issue of Miles came out, I have it next to that, and it's like really inspiring and like it keeps me going. For a living, you know, I don't take it for granted at all.
If people want to start reading your run, where can they start?
Miles Morales #1, I think, came out in 2022.
Cool.
Check that out with fantastic artist Federico Bizantini. That's my brother. I love him. He's a fantastic, very great.
Amazing.
Yes.
And you also were the co-writer of the movie Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right.
And you're also known for your amazing comic runs, Amazing Spider-Man and New Mutants.
That's right. Yep. All of that is true.
Perfect. What is it like writing for both? This is a question for both of you. What is it like writing for both television and comic books?
Well, I wish it was more similar because what I've written in movies, television, comic books, and I'm so annoyed that you have to relearn something every time. Like they're all fairly different, and so comic books, you know exactly how many pages you have,
Yeah.
and it helps you structure things.
Okay.
Where other things, it's just you have to learn the language of the medium.
Yeah, and also it changes between shows. Like every show has its own format and own language. But I will say, I'm going to gas Zeb up again. When I first got my my first comic book job, I emailed Zeb and he sent me literally a how-to guide of how he breaks down every comic he's ever written.
Oh, cool.
And not only has I used it for every comic I've ever written, I've sent it to so many people. Like, if you saw the chain, it's like maybe 35 people I forwarded to. I take out all your information, but I forwarded to so many people. Like, you truly, like, you've probably helped maybe 24 people write their actual first comic.
Oh, wow.
That makes me so happy because many Bothans died to get that information. That was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of pain went into that knowledge. So if I could share it and help somebody with it, that helps.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Marvel Zombies?
Yeah, so that it's foggy in my memory because we wrote that in 2021, I believe.
Wow.
But that was just so much fun, and writing that and then seeing how the director and the animators brought it to life.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because I'm not used to gushing about something I worked on so much, just because I'm very self-critical. But I just watched that as a fan because I thought the animators and the action that they added, it all was executed at such a high level that I just love watching it. I'm giddy about that show, and I'm glad other people like it.
Amazing. What is your origin story for comics, and also more specifically Marvel? Like, what's the first Marvel comic that you picked up?
I actually wasn't a Marvel comic. It was Spawn #3.
Cool.
My dad bought it for me because he took me to a comic book convention. I remember seeing this enormous man charging like $25 to get a signature. I'm like, who is this guy? My dad's like, that's Lou Ferrigno. I was like, who is that? He's like, he's Incredible Hulk. It's like, who is that? He's like, I can't keep doing this all day. So he went and he bought me, for some reason, Spawn #3, and then a Jurassic Park comic. But my first actual Marvel comic was Ultimate Spider-Man #1 by Bendis. Like, that's what got me into Marvel comics proper.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm much older. So for me, I lived in Manhattan, Kansas growing up, and my parents were renting out the basement to some college students. And when they moved out, they left me a big box of comics. And I read a giant-sized Spider-Man #1, first appearance of the Sinister Six.
Oh, cool.
Fell in love. Loved it.
That is awesome. And
It's incredible.
You guys work a lot with superheroes, both in comics and television. What are you drawn to about superheroes? Why do you love this medium and this subgenre?
You have an answer? Oh, I'm a big fan of mythology in general. I love Greek mythology.
Oh yeah.
I also love how many of those stories are still resonate with people today. And I think I like working with younger characters so much because I can put myself in those shoes. Like,
oh, yeah.
I feel like, I'm sure we can all relate, we're teenagers, like, every emotion is the biggest emotion because you're feeling it for the first time, you're trying to find direction, and I think being able to write that and put my own thoughts into it, looking back on my young life, like, I think that's what I'm drawn to most about superheroes.
Yeah, again, I'm going to sound very old, but when I was young, you only could see cartoons like on Saturdays. And just the comic books were just this burst of color in sort of a drab world, like there wasn't that much stuff for kids, or it was so I was just always drawn to it. You had these things that you could hide under your bed and you could look at whenever you wanted to. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Within the realm of Marvel, do you have like a dream character you guys would like to write for or do a run with?
I'd still like to do a good long Wolverine run. When I was a kid, like he was the guy, Wolverine, those claws.
Yeah, I think I would love to do either a She-Hulk run or a Black Panther run. Like those would be my two.
Amazing, yes.
Yeah.
Marvel, if you're watching this, take notes. The people want this. The people want this to happen. Do you guys have any upcoming projects that you could tease, or is there any announcements coming out soon that we should keep an eye out for?
I think you can announce this. We'll be doing some more establishing Miles Morales Spider-Man Infinity Comics. Those will be coming out sometime next year. Read those. They were really fun to write. We got some more of them. And I guess Miles Morales Spider-Man in the meantime.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. I did a book that you can buy now called Deadpool Batman. And
it was awesome.
Yeah, and then Batman Deadpool comes out very soon. So I hope everybody checks that out. Grant Morrison needs some help.
That was
he needs
fun
some press.
crossover.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any advice for people who want to get into comics or writing television or just writing in general for the first time? Do you have any advice?
I mean, it sounds like a platitude, but it's not. It really is just like making it. I think making something that's digestible. Like, instead of writing like a 30-page pilot, write like a 10-page short. Or if you're doing a comic, write a 5 or 10-page short or comic. Like, don't try to write like a 120-page graphic novel. And like really just like writing that first draft is going to get you so much further than like not getting it made. I promise you. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, and then when you're starting out, especially, if anyone will pay you to do anything, take that job, whether you like it, whether you don't. And if you don't like it, just find a way to love it, and then do your best work. Do as well as you possibly can.
Heck yes. And where can people follow you online?
I'm at Yay for Zig on Instagram and Blue Sky, and yeah, those are the social media apps that I have.
I'm on nothing. I don't.
We respect it. We respect it. We love to hear it. You're focusing on the writing, no distractions.
I was chased off the socials by the Spider-Man fans, and it's the kindest thing you can do to someone.
Okay.
Because now I'm not on social media, and it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, I getcha. One last question, real quick, a fun one. But what is your ideal writing setting? Your atmosphere? You like coffee shops, like working at home?
I'm definitely a coffee shop guy.
Nice.
I got to be outside, like the people watch, and I like it to have stuff going on in the background. Like that's the only way that I can really work. Like everything I've written since like 2022 has been in a coffee shop.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
People don't even know that you're writing like Miles
They
Morales
have
right
no
next to
idea,
you.
I just like a nice, quiet space. I
Okay.
need quiet, and bizarrely, I need 2 hours of quiet before I start writing, and then like I need quiet on both sides.
Okay,
or
sandwich
I get
between
too
quiet.
nervous. I'm very skittish.
Opposite atmospheres. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
And the results speak for themselves.
Absolutely. No, you guys are fantastic. It is an honor to be chatting with you guys today. I believe that is all we have time for, so we're going to wrap it up now. But yeah, this is the Comics Creator Couch Party brought to you guys by Dark Horse Comics. We're going to be streaming for the rest of the day, and until then, we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. We are live. We are back. We're here at the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics at Revenge of an LA. We are joined by Patrick Horvath. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yes, pleasure to be here.
You are a Harvey Award-winning creator. You have done Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Yes.
You are the cartoonist and the writer for that one, starring a serial killer bear named Samantha. Can you tell us about that for those of you guys watching who don't know?
For anybody that doesn't know, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is it's a book I'm doing with IDW, and it follows these cute animal people live in a cute town of Woodbrook. One of them is a bear that owns a hardware shop, and she also happens to be a serial killer who's been thriving for decades because she's smart about it. And she doesn't kill in the small town. She only does it in the big city far away where people don't notice. Unfortunately, stuff shows up in town that's not related to her, but she has to figure out who did it before the interest gets too close to her. And it's been like a total welcome surprise that it's been very popular. So it's been a total gift of a book.
And right now you're doing The Rite of Spring.
Correct, yes.
Which
we're
is
in
the second volume.
Second volume of it. It's another 6-issue arc. We're currently up to issue 4. Issue 5 comes out next Wednesday, November 12th. And then after that, one more issue, and then it's already been announced we're doing a book 3.
Book 3,
Yeah,
nice.
that will be coming out in 2026.
That is amazing news. Where did the idea for Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees comes from? Why serial killer bear? That's so cool, so unique. I love it.
I was just drawing a doodle in I think it was 2017. I figured out what the year was. And it was a bear with it was an anthropomorphic bear with an axe on their shoulder, walking down a hillside. And I was just thinking, it was like, well, where's the before and after of this picture?
Okay.
And then I'm a huge fan of Richard. I grew up with Richard Scarry's Busy Town books, if anybody's familiar, with cute animal people books, right? And I was like, well, what if there's a serial killer in that town? And that's basically where it came from.
Absolutely incredible. And it's been announced recently that it's crossing over with DC Comics for
Yes.
the KO event.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Whatever you're allowed to tease.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know too much that I could spoil or anything, but it was IDW DC approached IDW. IDW asked me if I'd be interested in letting Samantha join in on the new DC KO, and so it was a total surprise. And I don't even think. I mean, my initial reaction was yes. I mean, well, let me think, but yes. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, of course that would be cool. I don't think I even realized until I saw the panel and during Jim Lee's panel at New York Comic Con, when you saw Samantha up with all the other characters like Sub-Zero and Homelander
cool,
and Annabelle, and it was just it's the moment of just being is larger than I could have imagined.
That's so cool.
So it's nuts, but cool.
Congratulations. That
Thank
is
you.
so
I appreciate it.
I don't know if this is too much of a spoiler, but who do you think would win in a fight? Superman or Samantha? I don't know if you can answer that one, but imagine them facing off against each other. I mean, I think Samantha would win clearly.
I mean, the thing Samantha's got going on is a lot of people would probably underestimate her. So I feel
she's smart.
I feel like she might be able to pull something out that nobody expected.
She got the brains right there, which is incredible. We chatted last time about your origin story, getting into comics and art. Can you tell us some more about it?
I mean, I've been drawing comics since I was a kid, and then I took a huge break from drawing at all and switched into film, and I had a whole nother life writing and directing independent horror movies, working on other features in different capacities for storyboarding and doing effects work.
What are a few projects that you worked on?
I mean, most recently, I did the boards for segments on weapons, and then I've done concept work that's shown up in Hellraiser, the new Hellraiser Dave Bruckner directed, and also Dave Bruckner, who's also a friend, worked on his Night House as well, doing some effect work for the entity that's in that, and then prior to that, it's just been writing and directing little horror movies like Southbound I worked on, and then Entrance and Diner.
Cool.
But yeah. It's been a wild ride, I think, because I never expected to show up in comics.
Cool.
But at the same time had loved them ever since I was a kid. Yeah. And so it was through the movie Southbound, the Orchard is who the distribution company was. And then Paul Davidson, who was at the Orchard, ended up at IDW for a brief time. and he showed my work to Mark Doyle, who's the
Cool,
editing,
yeah.
who's director of editorial, and then that's how random, but that's how it happened. And I got pitched. It was like, if you want to pitch us any ideas, let us know. And so I had
Cool.
one, and it was Beneath the Trees.
Amazing. Where does the name come from?
The Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is from the lyrics from the song Teddy Bear's Picnic. And back when I came up with the idea, like back in 2017, it was, serial killing bear. I always thought Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees was such a sinister line in that
Yeah.
song Teddy Bear's Picnic. So I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
it's
what
like
does
a
that
murder
mean,
mystery
you
about a
know?
serial killer trying to find another killer. It'd be called Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. And so it just, it all honestly like gelled like in that, like maybe like couple hours way back when.
Incredible. And when writing for film and comic books, what are the similarities and differences, especially for horror? Because it's a very
yeah.
interesting medium to bring to life on the pages because you don't have like sound, for example.
Oh my God, yeah. It's like, it is, let's see, the big difference, the hugest difference is that I have the most control over everything with comics.
Right,
In like
right.
the best way. So it, like I still want to do live action, like directing live action film projects, but at the same time, like I'm having a ton of fun doing comics and I've been able to do more. Which is incredible, and I'm very grateful for it. But so I'm not in a rush to leave comics anytime soon.
No, we want you to stay.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
This is good news.
But the big difference, I think, between writing is you have a lot less. There's no motion, right, and there's no sound, and you're kind of left to mechanically speaking, you have a page turn.
Right.
And you have, placement on the page.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can also break a lot of rules that you normally have to follow in filmmaking because time works differently on a comic page. And there's an interesting thing with any reading, but especially in comics, the reader makes the magic in between the
Right,
panels.
yeah.
And the fact that the reader's completing it is a stronger connection I found.
I've heard people say that before.
Than with maybe film or TV in certain regards. So it's just interesting in a really cool way. I find that I have had the most interaction with comic readers than I had with film fans.
Oh, okay.
And it's been I don't know, it's really cool. It's a lot richer than it has been. I don't know. And maybe it's because I table a bunch and you get to meet the people that are reading
nice.
it. And you have you have your episodic issues that come out every month, and so because of that, you keep checking in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. There's a lot. It's a lot more of an immediate feedback. It feels like it's
Right,
cool.
yeah. Bit more intimate, it sounds like.
Yeah. But also just writing, I would say there's no budget with comics. So
true. Yeah, you could infinite
do whatever you want.
possibilities right there.
If you need a starship, you can just write in the starship, and it's not a problem.
Absolutely incredible. And what art medium do you use? Because you are the cartoonist and the writer. What medium do you use? And what's the creative process like writing the script and then drawing them, or do you start with the drawing sometimes?
I will do. Well, I do everything traditional. So I do it on watercolor paper, and then I paint, and it's all gouache and ink.
Ooh.
And so, but the process is, I have the whole thing outlined, so I know what's on every page, and then once I break it down by pages, I'll dive in and start actually laying out in pencil on real small thumbnails.
Okay.
I found that it's the fastest, even faster than before. I'll go digital for the tighter layouts.
Okay.
But before then, I'll just go pencil on teeny tiny, so I don't worry about detail. I just need to know do the shapes work, will
Right.
the panel number work,
Oh, yeah, like the
will the layout
silhouettes.
work, and I'll do it in spreads.
Okay.
And then once I'm happy with that, I kind of write the words and figure out the layout at the same time.
Okay,
And
that's
then
cool.
just that real rudimentary layout. And then I just can plow ahead with the script that way.
Mm.
And then I go back and do more fuller layouts on digital. I literally take a snapshot with my phone, put it
Okay.
on the iPad, and I'll draw it tighter, more detailed
Okay.
layouts. And then I use that for as a light table after.
Oh,
And then I put
cool.
my paper on that. And then
On
I'll-
the iPad?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can use an app that basically makes it so it doesn't move when you're trying to draw.
Oh, that's actually
And
really good to
then-
know. That's
yes,
cool.
it's called Projector, if anybody wants to know, on
Nice.
iPad. And it saved me so much time. But it was definitely a big part of the process. As much traditional as possible.
Incredible. So it starts with the outline, the drawings, and then you could tighten up the dialogue.
Yeah.
That is
and
awesome.
Then at that point I'm and then I'll ink it and then I'll paint it.
amazing, stunning. I love the series. The first volume is out now if you guys want to catch up. But this is all we have time for today. Thank you for being on this live. This has been the Comics Creator Couch Party brought to you by Dark Horse Comics. And we'll see you guys soon. We're live streaming till, like, I believe 6 o'clock. Is that right? Or all day, whatever. We'll be here, guys.
Bye.
Bye. live, the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics here in LA at Revenge of Comics and Pinball. We are joined by some representatives from some fellow comic shops here in LA. We got Golden Apple, we got Things from the World. I would like for you guys to introduce yourselves to the camera and tell us how long you've been working in comics and what you love about running a shop.
I guess the oldest goes first.
We got fans. We got fans.
So Golden Apple was started in 1979 by my amazing parents, Bill and Sharon Leibowitz, and I am a second generation owner, just a proud, family small business that's kind of gone really big as far as a brand, but we're still a really small local community shop, which is what I love about the industry, and I love that the industry is so big, yet it's also so small. We can be in one room. I mean, this is proof. You can be in one room with all the publishers and all the top creators, celebrities, and we're just in our own little world in here. And this day has been amazing what they've done here at Revenge of. Jordan and Patton. I've known them for so long. Jordan's a subscription pool customer at Golden Apple. Patton, I think, used to be a Wednesday warrior.
Cool.
And I've known these guys my whole life, for a long time, 20, 30 years. And it's so great to see this kind of thing pop up. It's so great for the comic book community.
Yeah.
And it's so great for LA.
Yeah.
Or West Coast, West Side.
West Coast.
Repping West Side over here. But,
yeah.
Golden Apple, speaking just from my perspective, has just been a lifelong journey for my family. And really rewarding to see what the industry's become and see cool new shops like Revenja pop up and do great things for us.
So you're running around the shop in diapers as a little kid, picking out the comics you love?
Basically, people used to joke that I was conceived at Golden Apple, but my dad opened it when I was 6.
Okay, cool.
So the rumors are false. But yeah, I've been there off and on my whole life.
Amazing.
I tried to get out and I got pulled back in.
Comics will do that to you.
It's very rewarding, and nobody's in it for the money. We're all in it because we love comics and we love the people in the comic book industry, and it's been a great ride. I'm gonna see where it takes us.
Yeah, I grew up in LA. I used to go to Golden Apple when I was a kid, so lots of fun stuff.
Seen you around the shop a lot. I just love what you've been doing. Sorry, I should talk
Thank
to
you.
the mic. But I love seeing you blossom into this content creator, and you're really doing your thing, and keep at it, because the world needs to see from another pair of eyes of how cool the comic book industry is.
I appreciate your kind words.
Because when I tell them, they don't think it's cool. When you tell them, they think it's cool.
I try. But yeah, Darcy, Things from Another
Darcy.
World, representing.
So my name's Darcy. I am the general manager at Things from Another World in Universal City Walk. We're right next to Universal Studios. Basically, I've been managing that location for about 5-6 years, but I'm working there for about 12 years. And it's really been rewarding to work there, just to say, because I get to see every day people come in and come to their first comic shop who don't really live by a local comic book shop. And we're very fortunate in LA to kind of have all these comic shops to visit, but it's some people in Kansas or some people in certain areas that just don't live in the middle of nowhere that went to Universal Studios one day and just went, cool, there's a comic shop here, and got to experience that. And I would say that's probably one of the cooler, more gratifying things to have by working at Things from Another World. And also one of the cooler things too is that Things from Another World was basically birthed by Mike Richardson going, I want a comic shop, and opening his own comic shop, and then basically went, I want my own publishing company, and then he made Dark Horse Comics. So it's kind of one of those a dream, I think, of a lot of people, especially in LA, to be cool, I want to have a comic shop, and I want to have a publishing company, and I want to do all these things and be creators and all that stuff. So I think it's been pretty awesome. And I think another gratifying thing also is just all the employees that we've had and still have in our company that work really hard and are pretty much basically all nerds at heart. And every day we come in, it doesn't feel like work because it feels like we're all just nerding out together. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love that Dark Horse sponsored this event.
Yeah, right there.
Really, showed their support for the comic book industry, and the store, of course. Things is huge. It's in Portland. It's multiple locations, and it's so cool that it's at City Walk.
Yeah.
Because it's a tourist destination. But you have this cool comic book store there that you actually do signings
Oh, you guys do cool signings.
with a lot of the
Organized by
celebrities
you.
a lot of the celebrities like Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom that do books for Dark Horse. That's awesome.
So you grew up in comics. What is your comic book origin story? When did you fall in love with the medium? What were the first few comics that you read when you were growing up?
Oh, basically, I started out reading comics like Archie Comics, Casper. My mom would basically just throw at me. And then my mom gave me my first like Black Canary Oracle comic as a kid, and I got into the super like hero medium that way. And then I took a quick break and then got into, I know it's controversial to say, but I got into the New 52.
No, that's when I started too.
I know,
Like that was when
and
I was a
that's what I'm saying.
teenager.
People are
Yeah,
like, all of
That just dates your age.
that's what
yeah,
we were
I know.
kids, you know.
But I'm just saying, like, I fell into love like New 52 from my school library. They had a free comic book day.
Oh, sweet.
And so then I got hardcore back into comics. I was helping my friends write like their dream scripts for Deadpool stuff.
Cute.
And then right out of high school, Things for Another World was hiring, and I went, you know what, this might be my calling, and I applied and went from sales associate to general manager, and basically have been like hosting a bunch of events, and like now I'm closer to the comics, which makes me feel even greater.
Incredible. Do you have the first few comics that you got into growing up?
I was into Iron Man and Batman
Nice.
mainly because I never like went for like the superheroes with the powers and
Okay.
the stuff that wasn't based in sort of reality. I wanted to look up to somebody who maybe I could aspire to be.
Oh,
and
right,
like,
yeah.
oh, these are
I like
regular
that.
dudes, so to speak. They don't have powers, let's put it that way. They have money and they have intelligence. And I was like, that's cool. Like, they could be a superhero without, like, getting bit by a spider
Exactly,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know? So I kind of gravitated to the more, like, realistic, heroes like, Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That was kind of my intro to comics. As far as the ones that I wanted to read, they were all over the house, and they were all
right,
over.
yeah.
All the artwork was all over the walls.
Oh,
I mean, I grew up
wow.
in a house that was like a museum with, Mobius
Nice.
and Dave Stevens, and artists like that all over the walls. Conan was one of my dad's favorites, and so I had original Conan paintings everywhere and stuff like that. In my room, I had a painting of me and Conan done
Cool.
by one of the masters of, Conan comics and stuff, Fred Alcala and stuff. So it was a weird place to grow up. And also, let's remember something. I'm older than you guys. Comics weren't cool. When I was growing up, comics weren't cool, kids.
For me, it was a
wasn't
transitional
cool
period.
to be a nerd
No,
or
for me,
a geek.
I
Those
was-
were words you would say to be mean to somebody.
I was like kind of on the edge, and I feel like you were kind of similar age, where like, I was kind of made fun of a little bit maybe like for liking this stuff, but as I was getting into high school, like cosplay and Instagram was taking off, so I kind of saw a little bit more of the transition, but I do feel like I was really privileged to not like really deal with too much like bullying.
I literally didn't tell my friends what my dad did. I was like not embarrassed, but it was like friends have doctors or lawyers or whatever. My dad owned a comic book store,
That is so
and it wasn't
cool.
cool in the '80s.
Gen Z loves that though. Gen Z loves, and I'm
now,
Gen Z.
Now I look back and I'm like, wow, I got to like hang out with Stan Lee and Jack
Oh,
Kirby.
that's so cool.
And all the greats of the industry, and they were like my uncles. I jokingly
Yeah.
call them like Uncle Frank Miller, Uncle this, Uncle that. Like they were like these guys and people I grew up knowing. And these were people's heroes.
Yeah.
I kind of took it for granted. Like I was a kid, whatever, Stan guy, whatever. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
what a crazy childhood I
That's so
had.
cool. Yeah, honestly. What goes into running a comic shop? Even some aspects that people might not even think about.
I think a lot of goes into about curating your store and knowing exactly what the audience wants, because you can put stuff up and like go, yeah, I think this is cool. But as he was saying, is like comic shops used to not be popular back in the day. So you had a specific curated base of fans that came in and went, I know what I want and this is what I want. Now we have people getting into comics through a bunch of different ways, right? So we have like TV, we have movies, we have people coming in going, okay, well, I heard Patton Oswalt is writing a comic. What's that about? So I think a lot of comic shops right now are trying to curate towards that type of vibe right now, because it's like you kind of want to get more people. Oh, you like the Patton Oswalt Minor Threats? Here, you might like this title even more.
Nice.
It's one of those things I think a lot of comic shop owners are paying attention to right now, and trying to also get more on social media to kind of get their name out there, because I think a lot of comic shops right now are not like savvy or know how to use Instagram as much, or are using it and they're not breaking through. And it's one of those things that, like, Sammy here came into the like content creator era, which is really great.
I'm so grateful.
No, seriously. And I think this is the time for people to jump in. And right now, comic like owners and managers are kind of going, okay, now I need to curate and I need to turn. So that's what I would say.
Definitely. I mean, selection, is key. Ordering, appropriately, budgeting, but really having a staff that can help people, because look, I hate to say the A word, but like everybody can go to Amazon or some other website or whatever and find these things, and sometimes even cheaper.
Shop local, guys.
But what you're doing is you don't have a personal shopper. You don't have somebody who can say, well, I really like this anime, I really like this TV show, I really like this movie, I really like this one comic, what else should I read?
Right.
And we have that at our stores. These local stores are filled with, these people that have this wealth of knowledge. And what I love about, especially my store, and I'm sure it's true for every store, correct me if I'm wrong, my employees and everybody who works there, my crew, everybody kind of into something differently.
Yeah, I like that.
And
yeah.
so
Tifa, yeah, for sure.
people come up to me and they're like, what manga should I read? I'm like, actually, I'm like the wrong person. I can tell you Akira and a few things, but go talk to them and they're going to like blow your mind.
Yeah.
Or if you want to get into indie books, or if you want to get into superhero, like I have somebody who's got a specialty in each one.
Yeah.
The superhero league. It's like Justice League.
Yeah, we have the Justice League, and so like you don't get that shopping online.
Yeah.
You might save a couple dollars, whatever.
It's not
you
worth
don't
it
get
though.
the experience.
This is a community.
Also,
yeah.
Let's talk about comic books for a minute. Like the individual comics, people love to touch them, smell them, literally.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I get it. It smells pretty good. I like
I
like to smell.
It's
I like to
like
sniff
a
books.
thing, like especially the older ones. So it's really fun to like have the vintage comics and own one and have it in your hand. Instead of like reading a digital comic. Or something.
No, it's a very special
So
experience.
I think it's an experience going to a store like ours.
You guys you are such an integral part of the comic industry, and I love to see the collaboration between Golden Apple, Tifa, and Revenge of. That is actually all we have time for today. Thank you for being on this stream, and thank you guys for watching. This is the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll see you guys later. live from the Comics Creator Couch Party, powered by Dark Horse Comics. We're with some fun people. We got Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom, the creators of this incredible event.
You okay, Sammy?
Oh my
It's been
gosh,
all
I've been on my
day.
feet all day, but I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And Jeff Eisner, you are here. You are the co-owner of Revenge Of. You built all these incredible sets, designed everything. And you know what? We're going to throw the cards away. It is the last interview. Let's have fun with it, guys.
Whoa. We're off the
Whoa,
books.
off the books,
We are
man.
off the books.
Tell me, how's your guys' day been? How's this event been going? Third year in a row. What has it been like seeing all this growth?
It just hit me that this is the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was 11 a.m. when we last
Yeah,
talked.
you're my first, my last.
It just
Where's
zipped
sandwich?
along. I don't know what to say. It's been amazing. I don't know. I wish I had a more articulate way to put it, but the way that this has expanded, but not metastasized, I know that's a weird way to put it, it stayed focused on the comics.
Yeah.
I want to thank Dark Horse. I want to thank Things from the World, Golden Apple, everyone who kind of came and joined this family
Collector's
today.
Paradise.
Collector's
Secret
Paradise.
headquarters.
Yeah, and it was a real celebration of comics. I got a Boom Boom sketch by John Bogdan. I'm just gonna brag right now. But it was a great way of creators to meet and fans to meet creators, and that's what it's all about, is celebrating comics.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say about today is that it's been intense,
Mhm.
like in the best possible way. I've
Yeah.
devolved into megaphone guys, if you can't tell. But everyone has been having a great time. The fans have been awesome. We've been getting through every line. The vibes have been super high. It's just been fantastic.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Everything's beautiful, fantastic. What are some of the differences this year, the third year, compared to the first couple years?
Well, I mean, this year I think we're way more wired in to the internet. We're trying to bring this experience to people that can't physically get
You
out here,
guys, we're
which
talking
is
about you.
because we got so much positive feedback from people that are like, oh, I wish I could have been there. Also, I think that again, it's spreading. The word is spreading organically. Everyone that comes here tells their friends, you should come here. So we keep getting more and more creators, artists, writers that want to come to this.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing mix of comic book legends and local indie people, kind of all mixed together. The whole community getting to hang out.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add.
Perfect. How did the conception of this event happen? What was the conversation like? Where did you spark the idea to essentially have a Comic-Con at a comic shop?
I mean, I remember him saying, can't we do, because we did our book release party
Minor
here.
Threats first trade release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a block party. We're like, wait a minute, and you said that is what Comic-Con used to be like in the 90s. Why? And then it all kind of hit us. Well, we can just do that again and keep it local and keep it small, and that's where it grew from. But again, we are very, very conscious of not letting it grow too big, which I think is very important.
Yeah. What was the conversation like when they approached you for this idea? What was Revenge Of
this
about?
mic.
Yeah.
I mean, like Patton said, we had the Minor Threats Volume 1 launch party, which was like a huge event, and I think kind of set the bar for like what a comic book event could be.
Yeah.
And we were just like, why isn't this just our own convention, with like, let's bring all our friends and let's just do our own thing. And it's evolved into this, I mean, we're on a red carpet doing live interviews. So who knows where we'll be
We're on
next.
green carpet, slime green carpet.
So sorry,
I love
so
it.
sorry.
Look, step and repeat, it counts.
What goes into designing this event? You guys are fabricators, set designers.
Back to heat.
FTB designs. Everything here is so beautiful. Like all the sets.
Building the sets is exhausting for me.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of
This guy
hammering.
just shows up for the interviews.
Yeah, I didn't do much, but no, I mean, it's like, it's pulling all the tricks out of the bag and seeing how we can, do everything that we do for all these other experiential events and bring it to this, and
And again, it reminds me of, as far as designing, and he's really good at making our inarticulate bleedings real, but we've been to a lot of Comic-Cons. I've been to a lot of music festivals. I remember the ones that work. If you go to Bumbershoot back in the day, was this very chill day. It was fan-friendly. It wasn't this 18 hours of nonstop No, we're gonna, and we've been to bad cons, and we know, and so we were very much able to articulate, we want this to be fans meeting creators, and that's it. No one is trying to sell you anything. No one is trying to hook you up with anything. This is just come meet the creators, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why we haven't had sponsors really until this year. You know,
Yeah.
obviously Dark Horse helped us out immensely to bring this to the people at home. But I mean, you know, it's all grassroots, homegrown,
Yeah.
inviting our friends inviting their friends, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, if we're gonna have sponsors, it's people who make comics.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what are some of the changes over the years you've seen in Comic Cons? Because you mentioned in the 90s and stuff. How are Comic Cons different today? And what do you implement that you don't necessarily like about Comic Cons that you put here?
Well, again, the thing we all can agree with, Comic Cons that got so massive and stopped being a fun niche thing for the people that actually love comics. If anything, a lot of the bigger Comic Cons have become about anything but comics.
Yeah, like
Comics
pop
is almost
culture.
the last thing that's there. And it was really weird right after the pandemic when we went down to San Diego and it had gotten way smaller and there wasn't a lot of TV and film presence. We're like, oh, this is how it. And you could also see the fans going, wait, this is way better. So there was
nature healing.
There was nature healing, and I do
Nature's
feel like
healing.
maybe we will help inspire smaller, grassroots, local Comic Cons and keep it at this
Yeah.
level rather than it's got to be the most massive thing with the most, because then it just becomes exhausting.
Right.
Yeah.
We will be having next year an AP Bio bounce house, though, obviously.
What?
But, you know.
No way, a bounce house. Am I too tall?
No.
Okay, cool.
And don't miss the Bud Light Chips Ahoy AI experience next year.
Oh my
Very,
gosh.
very excited about that.
Stanley's
yeah.
hologram.
Yeah, and we're also we're talking to the WWE. I'll have all your favorite wrestlers down here.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Fun question for you guys. Top 3 favorite comics in general or potentially that you just read recently. I like your comic reviews online, by the way. I really do. I love them.
Oh, thank you. Well, the 3 that have really landed on me hard are They Choose Violence.
Okay.
Can't believe. It's so clear that the outrage merchants that usually blow up about stuff like that just haven't heard of this comic, because if they did, they'd be devoting their YouTube feeds to it. It is a brilliant.
I need to read it now.
Oh,
You've convinced
man.
me. You've convinced me.
Exquisite Corpses is
Yes,
just
yeah.
incredible,
Mhm.
incredible horror. And I know that everyone raves about the Absolute line, and I love the Absolute
It's a good
line,
one.
but the stuff that Tom King has been doing with Wonder Woman, especially
Mhm.
the whole Sovereign line, maybe one of the best superhero stories I've ever seen.
Hell yeah, we love to hear it.
I think I see. Yeah, the Absolute line, that Batman annual was unbelievable. I talked about that in the panel.
That was
yeah,
insane.
and what else am Escape from Alcatraz.
yeah.
Is a beautiful. Is that Alcatraz?
Out of Alcatraz.
Out of Alcatraz.
Okay.
then,
What?
yeah.
Can't well forgive
There's
me.
a lot
yeah.
of great noir
By
and
Chris.
crime happening.
Yes.
Right now. Yeah.
That and you know what? Fantastic Four is great right now.
Cool, yeah.
By Ryan North.
Yeah, my brain's mush, but I will say Assorted Crisis Events, everyone
Yes.
is in love with that. We got Exquisite Corpses, like Patton said, pretty much everything Tiny Onion, obviously.
Love Tiny Onion.
The Imperial stuff has been incredible, the Absolute stuff. On and on and on.
And a question for you guys. You just recently did a crossover with Archie Comics. Really fun. Do you have another dream crossover, or is that too much of potentially a spoiler in the future?
The only 2 dream crossovers I would have, and this is asking a lot, I would love to do a crossover in the Black Hammer universe, Jeff Lemire, because ours is so clearly inspired by that.
That's so cool.
And then my real dream one, and this is asking way too much, somehow to do a continuation of the Ostrander Suicide Squad bumping into the Minor. That would be, and I want that artist, and I want it, I want that world.
Yes. Yeah, same. I was gonna say Flash's Rogues, who half of them are in the Suicide Squad. So
Oh.
sure.
Yeah. Do you have a dream crossover?
Who do you
Dream
want?
crossover? No.
You want something?
I mean, Archie, that was it.
Okay, you got it.
Done now.
Okay, you're welcome.
Perfect. What do you guys want people to know watching at home about this event? What can they expect potentially next year?
Next year next year is going to be more of the same. It is not going to grow out of hand and get crazy. It'll be the exact same idea. Come out, chill out, meet your favorite creators, discover new people. We always are bringing in new artists, new writers. There's going to be even more really cool panels, probably a couple more live podcasts that we're working on, and I don't know if we can say the surprise we're about
Ooh, a
to.
secret.
All right.
We're saying now. We're saying it now.
Okay, we're closing
All right.
out. We're about to do an exclusive screening for the people here of the new The Running Man.
Getting to see
It
it
comes out.
Ooh,
Get to see it a week
yes.
early. We got approval from Paramount and Edgar Wright. We are showing it to the elite of the nerd mafia, to talk about and post about. But I saw the movie last week. It is incredible, and this is one of those movies that I want to watch an audience watch it again. That's how good it is.
Yeah. Aw.
I just want more creators, bringing more creators. We have, I think Brian Michael Bendis has become our ambassador to the con, and he's getting all the Portland crowd down here.
Yep.
So
Lots of
more
Portland people,
creators,
yeah.
and we talked about maybe bringing more comic vendors here.
Oh, definitely, especially bringing other smaller stores here and let them set up a booth.
For sure. I like
Definitely, that would be great.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking for a megaphone person to take over for me. So
Okay.
next year, we're going to hire that.
Give me it. Let me see.
Yeah, here you go. Here.
Look at that.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, to echo Patton, I want to bring all the comic stores here. I think we got a lot of them in LA already, and we just need to bring the rest.
Yeah.
Woo! Comics Creator Block Party 2025! Woo!
Whoop, whoop. All right.
Did I pass? Do I get the job now?
Yeah, you're hired.
Perfect,
You're
perfect. Thank you. And I think that's all we have time for. Is that right? So we're gonna wrap up. But this has been the Comics Creator Block Party. This is the Comics Creator Couch Party. Because you guys are on a couch,
Powered
not
by
us,
Dark Horse.
but at home watching.
We have
That's
to
the couch
stand.
party.
You get to sit on a couch.
I love that.
Any last words for the people?
No, we're about to watch The Running Man.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited.
Yes.
So we'll see you next year.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect.
See you next year.
Amazing.